sliding all around
It was
my mouth.
going all around everywhere.
It went into my teeth. And it was this funky kind of sound with the teeth. And I'm like, now I'm trying to pull it back out again.
Yeah.
So how did you learn how to play this thing?
From Jimmy Driftwood. I was down in Ozark Mountains over in Timbo, Arkansas, with Jimmy, and he took out the mouth bow and told me about how he learned how to play it from when he was young over in Mountain Home. He can remember that I believe it was the Cherokee Indians used to sit around their campfire and they used to pluck on their hunting bows, so more of a bow like this kind of a thing here. And he heard that sound and he wanted to kind of have some fun with the instrument, so he started building his own mouth bows. And he's the one who really kind of got other people like Buffy St. Marie to start playing the mouth bow, and Patrick Skye. So he was kind of the person that was responsible for getting more people to realize the possibilities of this instrument. And it's a very primitive type of Ozark instrument. Sometimes they didn't have, they just would use a fiddle key. Just a little peg like that, put it in there, and to try and tune it. But it's basically, we're kind of going with the flow where the mouth bow wants to be, and tuning. What key are we actually in?
It's somewhere between notes. It's like I don't know.
Yeah. So the
D-ish.
About 100 years from now, the ethnomusicologists will go, now I wonder why they were playing in that key.
Who was Jimmy Driftwood's father, Rick?
Neil Morris.
Neil Morris.
Yeah, and he was responsible for that song "Salty Dog." Yeah, and so him and the Morris brothers, and so Jimmy was a school teacher in Timbo, Arkansas, and he was a great songwriter. Wrote 6,000 songs in his life.
Right.
And the ones that we know of is Tennessee Stud,
Right.
and Battle of New Orleans was his big one. And of course, then there was ones that aren't as well known, but like he had a Long Chain On that Odetta recorded.
Sure.
And there was also a lot of sea songs that he wrote, all kinds of songs. And he was the balladeer of the Ozark Mountains, and I was really proud to know Jimmy. He's the one who got me to wear a red shirt. He did. He said, well, when I was a young fella, and Chet Atkins came over to my house, and he says, if you want to make it in this country music, you got to wear a red shirt and a black hat. And so you went to Jimmy's house, and he didn't have one other color shirt than red. The whole closet was just all red shirts. So he told me that I had to make sure that I wore a red shirt, and he was telling me that you can't have a cheap hat. You have to have a good hat, and it has to be a Stetson, So I mean, this is a summer hat, but it is a Stetson.
This is how you made it in the world.
Oh, this is my claim to fame: is the shirt and the hat.
That advice served you well.
So we have another one?
Sure. Let's change. Let's go to that other one. You want to do something in what used to be G and now is something else?
The small.